Big Mama Energy.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Tia. And today we are going to be talking about making connections, you know, in this
new day and age, yes, and this new,
yes,
whatever you want to call it, these times, pretty much.
Yeah, so we're going to get into that. But before we do, go ahead and make sure y'all subscribe, okay?
Do that now.
Go ahead and subscribe and also tap that bell so you can get any notifications anytime we drop any new videos.
Absolutely.
Okay. Welcome to any new subscribers. Welcome to the Big Mama Tribe.
Glad to see it.
Love to see it. Love
Thank
seeing you here. Yeah, and to all our tribe members, our Big Mama Tribe, I'm sorry that we missed a week.
Yeah.
You know, personal life, things happen. So, yeah, we're sorry, but we're back.
Sorry, but we missed you guys.
We
and we have a lot to talk about. So, you know, we had an eventful weekend last weekend, so we couldn't be with you, but we're here now.
Okay. But, yes, we're about to get into this video, this topic. Stay tuned. So yes, pretty much this topic that we're talking about, you know, making connections this day and age. We're going to start off straight off with social media because that's really where most connections nowadays are being made. But are they genuine connections?
It's hard to tell. Like over social media, I feel like it's hard to tell if somebody's genuine. A lot of times. I feel like even with like employers, if you notice, like they just have you fill out your little app on Indeed or their website and you don't really get to meet the person. You don't get to, you know, show them your personality and like show them what you offer and bring to the table. It's just like they're looking at a document. They're looking at how you answered your questions. It's real robotic.
Right.
So like,
and, yeah, and when it comes to like Indeed and filling out, you know, applications online, you could be saying anything. People, for real, it don't even have to be you personally filling them out. It could be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your cousin, your auntie, your grandmama. Like, it could be so many different people.
Yeah.
So, I personally definitely feel like social media has taken away
the internet's for sure.
Like,
has taken away from
the connections, you know? Like, really making genuine connections with people, just like walking down the street, going to the store, you know, being at the supermarket, whatever the case may be, because I feel like now everybody has gotten so used to, you know, social media interacting that they don't know how to interact with people in real life. They
don't, especially the generation that is after ours. What is that, Generation Z, whoever they are?
Or something like that.
Don't quote me on it, but the youngsters are very socially awkward from what I have experienced.
Yeah.
They don't really know how to have a conversation that's not via text. It's like really awkward if you try to communicate with them.
It's very awkward.
In person. Like it's a disconnect. They can bust it up with you all day via text. But when you're like in person, it's like, what's up?
Right.
Or okay. It's like one word answers. You know, you got to really like draw from them. Some of them, I'll say, not all.
Yeah. So working the new job is very active in there, you know. Heavy on the customer service. First of all, I'm a heavy customer service girl. I'm not a rude person. Like when I'm working, I'm working. That's it. You know what I mean? And one day, a customer literally told me that I seem fake.
Wow. And why did they like what they
He said that I seem fake. So it stemmed off with an associate of mine. She pretty much was like, oh, you having a little bit too much fun up here with the customers, Kiki, you know what I mean? You having too much fun. And then she said, I think she said something about being, I don't know if she said fake. I don't think she said that, but it was something along those lines, like those words. And the customer actually said, young boy, he was like, no, it do seem a little fake. And I'm like, what seems fake? Good customer service? Because I asked you how your day was. I told you to have a good day. Like that's fake or weird. You know what I mean? It's really crazy that they're so disconnected from real life. Like, I don't know.
Or it might be that, and it might be just they don't care how your day was. You see, like I feel like the younger generation, they are not going to zhuzh it. Like we were taught to have that good customer service. We were taught to, you know, and I feel like a lot of them think, okay, I don't care how your day was. Like you're here to make a transaction. Everything is very transactional.
Right.
It's crazy. Like it's really crazy. I see that, you know, even with working with other people of a younger age, you know, it's very transactional. Like very much this is that and that's that. And it's not personable. Like, oh, you know, well, how the kid, like you said you had kids, and like at mine, my job is a little more like I sit with the patient for a while and we talk. So if you might have told me, oh yeah, I have, you know, 3 kids, whatever, and a dog, and I'm like, oh, well, how's the dog doing? You know what I mean? They don't do, ain't none of that.
Right.
It's just, okay, so this is how much you know, is for your whatever. Right. And that's that. It. You need to sign here, here, and here. Talk. It's no small talk.
No small talk.
Okay. And actually, the person I work with told me they don't like small talk at all.
Right. Unless
they're your friend.
I don't really like small talk either. But like when it comes to work, you know what I mean, it's something different. And I feel like if you're having a genuine conversation with somebody, that's something different. Like how do you get to know somebody? Right. Like sometimes you gotta have small talks to get to those big conversations because how do you have to meet somebody, y'all have to have that first initial exchange.
And you have to have some type of connection. Like I feel like a lot of people, why they end up choosing to go with where I work at is because of the connections that they build when they come in. Like otherwise you could have went wherever. That's you know what I mean? And it's like sometimes you gotta make that little small talk to kind of like dig deeper. And some people feel like that's not necessary. Right. Or they like, look.
It's definitely
it's changed. I don't know.
It's definitely the age thing for sure because exactly what we were talking about. Like the guy said that I was weird or it seemed like fake, and then you have some of your patients that's younger. They don't want the small talk. They don't really want to engage. Really, just tell me what I need to do. What I need to sign. Where I need to go. That's it, right? Yeah. But then a lot of my customers is the age range is crazy. Like I have super young kids to super old kids that come in, right? And it's a difference. The older people, they love it. They love the customer service. They like, oh, I can't wait till I see you. I'm so happy.
And I feel like they love that interaction. Like older people. Before the internet, they didn't have that shit. So it was just like making connections. You were going in the store, hey, Mr. Charles.
Right, exactly.
How you doing? How you been? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you were it was an experience. Just going outside. You know, they might have talked to the mail person. They knew the mailman. Like they knew the milk person, whoever dropped that off. Like it was personal connections. Now it's like Amazon drop your package off. You don't know them people. They just boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Like. It's crazy. It's like it's rare that you get a connection.
No, it's definitely.
It's rare that somebody look in your eyes.
Yes.
Like most people just like. Yeah. I'm like it's crazy now. It's really like a big change. And our generation, I feel like we got to see both ends of that. Yeah. Like we had experience without internets. And we have got to experience with internet. So it's like I feel like we got both.
Right.
But
yeah, so it's like what you said before us, because even in the situation where I quit my job, right? 7 years, quit the job. My mom was like, why is you quitting? She don't understand it because she was raised in a different time. Right. Where you work. You high up there, quit. Please.
Right. I know, they like, you dug in now.
What you mean you quit? You know what I mean? So then you have, our ancestors that work, and they did these things so we wouldn't have to work so hard. But now it's getting to the point like, okay, me and Sissy, we seen that. They passed that down to us where we have that discipline, we have that respect, or you know what I mean, that good customer service. We experience that because our parents passed that down along to us, our ancestors, right? And then you have now this generation, they don't really have it. Everything is fast for them. And with the internet, everything, like touchscreen, everything, technology, they're so used to everything being so quick and fast.
Yes. They have
quick
no
exchange.
patience.
They don't have
no patience.
Yeah.
Why is it taking so long? They don't know that you had to wait before and have patience and wait for your turn. And it's becoming entitlement, to be honest. And I was having a conversation with a young man, and he was saying, like, well, it's this generation that's messing up the next one. And the ones before us. He was like, it's kind of like you making it worse for them. Like you're coddling. Like we're doing a bunch of coddling for them. You know what I mean? Whereas though before it wasn't like that. And I was like,
It's very true. It's very true because, I mean, I can't even say that the parents are getting younger because, I mean, we had young parents back then, but it was just different times, you know. Even if you were young back then and you had a child, you were growing up back then where, you know, they gave you all those, what is it? Like your ancestors pretty much, you learned a lot from them because you were around at that time. Right. Now it's a little different because these kids are having children, you know, younger, but they're not really giving them anything. Like they're not really
taking it. You see what I'm saying?
Or they're not, yeah,
like,
they could be taking
they know it all. Like it's like you gotta humble up. Right. You know what I mean? When I had Peyton, when I had my daughter, like I was like, where my mom at? Like I want my mom. Like she taught me so much, you know what I mean? I humbled up, I'm listening to her. She's a mother with multiple kids, she has experience, and I'm humble and I'm taking that information. Right. I'm taking that advice, and I'm using it. You know what I mean? And some people don't want that. They're like, no,
that's true. They want to do everything.
Yeah, they want to feel like they know better or whatever the case. Like, and that's not everybody. It's just some folks. It's just crazy. Like, it's a big difference. Yeah, it's a big difference. And also, just like I don't know, just I feel like we are living in a world where you can't even barely have your own opinion.
Oh yeah.
Like you will get canceled. You will get dragged for having your own opinion that might not be a popular opinion. Right. You know, and it's just really crazy.
Everybody uber sensitive, but they don't really even know what they're really uber sensitive about. Like, I just feel like everybody is just following trends and riding waves. Like, nobody really truly has their own identity. And I feel like that's the biggest problem. You know what I mean?
Because it's okay to disagree. You don't have to, you know, agree with everything someone says.
Yes, it's healthy.
It is.
To disagree. You know what I mean?
And when you start taking away the, you know, right of your, you know, freedom of speech and your right to choose and your right to have your own opinion, that's when it gets scary. Yeah. I would I always want to have the right to feel how I feel, have my own opinion, think, you know, be an individual and just, you know, have different thoughts on things. Like, I don't want to just go with the herd. Like, that's not what I want to do. Right. And that kind of feels like where we're moving towards.
Absolutely. Yeah, everybody wants to look like the same person. Everybody wants to look alike. You know, everybody wants to sound alike. You know, it's like respect your individuality. Yes. Like, for real. That's what makes you you. Why would you want to be anybody else?
I think it's a pressure.
Yeah, definitely. And social media is, you know, it pretty much is a lot of pressure.
Every day. All day.
It plays a big part. It plays a big part in it. This is the stuff that we look at every day. And I'm going to even say myself, like, we retain this stuff because we're like looking at it. Yeah. Whatever is on your timeline, this is what you're feeding yourself. Yes. You know,
feeding your brain. You're feeding your brain. So it's just like, you got to be careful with that. Yeah. Especially the younger ones, they're so impressionable and like, just that amount of pressure, I didn't have that on me growing up. I could be exactly who I wanted to be. Like I found my way without looking at a timeline of, oh, this is what I should look like probably. Right. This is what my hair should probably look like. You know what I mean? It just was like, whatever. Right. You figured it out. Right.
You whatever
your style was, you figured that out.
You had your own style. And that's what I like. Yeah. I just feel like social media really, man, don't get me wrong, I like social media. Right. But it's
a
like,
gift and a curse, honestly.
It's definitely a gift and it's a curse, especially when you have had a taste of what it was like before. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people, this is all they know is social media. So it's not a big thing to them. They're like, whatever, what are you talking about? You know? But to us, like, we know life before social media. We know getting cute when we was young, just to walk around with our friends and just have a good time and meet people. Those exchanges and those interactions was amazing.
Yes, and let's dive into that. Just meeting people in person.
Meeting people in person.
And how wonderful that can be.
Yeah.
Like, you just meet a person and you connect. You know what I mean? Y'all go off each other's vibe instantly.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? And it's just like a lot of that. I don't know. It's not a lot of that. I'll say some of it, I guess, is going on.
I will say now, where I work right now, I'm interacting with people constantly. And like I said, it's like the scale is crazy. Like I said, it's super young to super old, for real. And, you know, just those interactions with these people, I love it. Like, for real, it's crazy because I'm a people person, but at the same time, I can shut people off and just want to be in my own bubble. But I really do love people, and I love people individuality. Like, I love when somebody is different. It makes me go like, okay. And especially when you can learn something from somebody, or, you know, a perspective. You see a different perspective. Maybe they make you see something differently that you know, felt strongly on. And I feel like when you meet people in person, it's just different. It's just different because it forces you to be your authentic self. Like, when you're texting somebody, or I'm not even going to say talking to them on the phone, but like when you're, let's see, DMing somebody, they have all the time in the world to conjure up whoever they want you think that they are. Because let's be clear, this is what people do, okay? And some people, for real, they have been watching your page for days. And they seeing the things. They're seeing the things that you like. Right. And not to say, and I'm not going to say that this can't happen in real life, because it can. Yeah. You know, because people are weird in real life, you know what I'm saying? And some, like, even at a party, you walk in a party and they see how somebody is like all over you, or the people, you know, are over you, or maybe like you're getting a certain amount of attention. So now all of a sudden they want to be on you and stuff like that. So it can very much so happen in real life. But when it happens on social media, sometimes it be deep. Like I said, for days, they're looking at everything, the type of music you listen to, all types of things. And now, but it happens, and it happened to me, and I'm pretty sure that it happens to a lot of people. Right. And, you know, they message you, and you probably thinking, this the one. Like, what? This perfect person. Right. Whole time, they're pretending to be whatever you want them to be, for real, at that moment. And they do that in real life too, like you said. That's the 90-day representative some people like to put out there. Right. Like, oh yeah, I'm this person, like this is me. And then like after them 90 days, you notice like that person is nothing that they said. Right. Or, you know, that was just their little front they put up just to get closer to you, you know, and then you start seeing the real them. But that can definitely be done. It can be done quicker on social media, like quicker. You know what I mean? Like you said, when somebody's texting, it's easy for them to, you know, wait a little while, write the right thing, say the right thing, think about it. When you're like in front of somebody, they gotta be good on their feet. And it's some quick ones like that too. Hey, they ready to do this. Some smooth talkers out here, let's be clear. Right. So we're not saying that none of these things can happen in real life, but you can pick up on a vibe in real life. Like, you know, it's something that it's just, we all have our aura. We all have our energy. And in real life, you can pick up on somebody's energy, I feel like, fast. I'm like, okay, I sense your energy soon as. Like, so I feel like you can use your gifts on, you know, who you should, kind of to weedle out who you should be talking to, who you shouldn't be talking to in person better. You know what I mean? Because you're picking up on their energy. Exactly. You get to look at them in their eyes. Right. See what's going on. Like, look at their mannerisms. See what they're doing, their body language. Like, all of that is important. All of that is important to use all of your instincts, all of your, you know, energy, whatever, to use that in person is so important. That's what we have that for. Yeah. To pick up, you can definitely pick up on weird vibes. Yeah, like in person, because people can be whoever they want to be online. Yeah. You literally could be whoever you want to be online, and I'm pretty sure you'd have met somebody offline, and they was popping.
They was a mood online.
A fucking vibe, okay? A vibe online,
Right.
okay? Met them in person, like, who the fuck is you?
Who is this? Like,
Who mans is this? Who mans is this? Yes.
nothing like they said,
Nothing
nothing like they
said.
portrayed, or whatever the case. Back in the day was the party line. Same thing. You busting it up on the phone for hours with this person, and then you get in front of them, and it's like quiet as a church mouse.
Right. They look nothing like their description said. Nothing. Oh yeah, I'm chocolate bowling.
Yes.
About 6'7".
Hey.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Period. Way
Talking
more
that
expensive,
talk.
they hate on
Yes.
him.
Brown eyes,
Yes.
color, like you know.
Okay, smile like the sunrise. You get to meet in this motherfucker.
Child.
About shorter than the motherfucker.
Shorter than motherfucker.
Head
about
on
who
peas.
the stutter.
Right.
Drawn.
Drawing like they done lied to
Yes,
you.
they done lied about everything.
Yeah.
I'm talking about everything.
Now that was the gag. Back then, you had on the party line chopping. Ask your older brother or something, or your older sister. Listen, that used to be crazy.
That
You
did.
think the internet? Nah, this was no picture, no face, none
No
of that.
picture, right.
You just going off a vibe in the conversation, like, and praying.
Right. And some of them vibes, like we said, when them vibes, you can fake them vibes over phone,
Right.
online, but in person you cannot fake those vibes. And you know what? And another thing is too, like, just cause you probably ain't cute, and you probably was a vibe.
Yeah.
But you done lied about
And
everything
then
you
some
look
people
like.
was definitely a vibe, like their personality was a
It was
vibe.
cool,
And
but
of course, when you get to see them in person, it's like, damn, you was the whole vibe.
You
But
was
you
a
done
vibe.
lied about everything you look like.
everything.
Maybe you was
From
like,
the haircut to
yeah.
your shoes.
Yeah, maybe if you was saying like, yeah, I ain't the greatest looking, but it's like, you know what I mean? Maybe
Right.
I could have respected that. Like, all right, whatever.
Right.
But no.
But you played the game,
You
and
played
now
the
we're
game.
here.
And then we here. But you know, I understand the pressure of it, the pressure of like looks and people. That's why people be playing games.
Yeah.
That's why people make fake accounts, stealing pictures and things.
Right.
Because it's like, I guess you know, you want to keep up with a certain look.
Right.
Like you don't
With a
think
certain
somebody's
image.
going to give you any play because you're not confident in what you look like.
Right.
You want to keep up with a certain image, whatever. And it's just like, but all of that shit, once you see the person, you can't keep up with that forever.
You can't.
So once the truth comes out, it's like,
Yeah, you might as well tell the truth.
from the beginning, this is what I like, this is what it is.
This is, yeah.
Instead of like putting yourself through all the extra stuff in other people. But anyway.
So, okay, I put up a status on Facebook probably like a few days ago, maybe a week ago. And it pretty much said, when was the last time you made a genuine connection that was not on social media? And not a lot of people have commented on it because I feel like it hasn't been too many people that have made genuine connections
What was
outside
yours?
of.
If you don't mind sharing that. And it could be, it don't even, you know what I mean? It could just be a person that you had a decent conversation with.
Right,
Or whatever,
exactly.
like whatever type. Was it recently or like outside of the socials?
Outside of, I've connected with quite a few people through work.
Okay.
And just having different conversations. Like I said, I don't know, my new job, I really like it because I get to interact with like so many different people, and it keeps me entertained thoroughly. Like, I mean, the conversations is so random, and I feel like it could go from left to right, 0 to 100 and things like that. But I get to talk, like, I really enjoy, you know, my older customers because, you know, they have those conversations with me, and now that they see me all the time, they really, really like me, and they make those connections like, oh my God, just to say like, I'm so happy that you're here today, you know, I can start my day with a great smile. And I like those type of connections with people, you know, given, you know, I don't know what type of day they were having, you know, so for them to come in and say that I made their day, you know, that's really nice. So I really like those connections that I've been making. But also, you know, I'm a single woman, and it's been a lot of male attention. Now granted, I get a lot of male attention on social media, but it's different. Like I said, when you see somebody in person, somebody's trying to talk to you in person and get your attention in person is so different. First of all, it's commendable because, you know, not everybody has the courage to say something to you, you know, to approach you. You know,
because you could be rejected.
You can be rejected, you know, and I have rejected some people, and you know, most of them, none of them have gotten disrespectful at this new place.
Okay, that's good.
That's good, you know.
That's good.
Now they might be salty. I could tell that they probably be a little salty, but you know, none of them have been like disrespectful, for the most part. But it's something about it, you know, and it took me back to when I was younger, like in my teenage years, you know, I want to say about 18 to like maybe 17 too, 17 to 20, 21, around that time where, you know, we was out.
We definitely was out.
We was out and we was living our lives and we was making connections with random people every single day, and it kind of took me back to that place, and it's like, yo, like for
and that
real.
was fun.
It was fun.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, you see, it's like back in the day, like if they see you, if a man or a woman, whatever, if they saw you, if a person saw you, they had to make that connection with you because they didn't know they were going to see you again.
Exactly.
So it was like, all right, I got to say something because I don't know if I'm going to see this person again.
Right.
It's not like I could just grab them off the gram or whatever. It was none of that. So it was, hey, how you doing? Like, can I talk to you for a second? You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
exactly.
I like, you know, you look beautiful, whatever. Like, they had to get at you. Because it wasn't I'm going to just go on the socials and find her.
Right.
No, you might not never see that person. So you need to act on that.
You need to act on
like, oh, hold up, wait a minute.
But I like that energy though.
I love that energy. Absolutely.
I like that energy. My thing is like, you know, if you like what you see, then why not? Right. Why not shoot your shot?
Absolutely.
Like, I never got mad when, and you know what, I'm lying right now, because I was about to say I never got mad when a person tried to shoot their shot. I've definitely somebody shoot my shot, and I'm probably like, come on, dog. But for the most part, like, I now looking back at it at 31, like, that takes courage. It does. It takes courage. So it's like, I commend anybody that can muster up the courage to approach me,
right?
You know, and say something to me.
Absolutely.
You know, and you might not be my cup of tea, but I'm never going to be disrespectful to anybody, you know, or anything like that. But yes, those connections is dope. And now let's talk about it, because it's weird now. We're in a different time with the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
And you know, everybody's face is covered for the most part. Like,
they had a little mask
you
on.
can't see. All you see is the eyes on up, right? So now, these connections. Now, it's going to be just me talking about it, because it's more so of like the guys trying to talk to me. Or guys probably trying to talk to you,
all the time,
and they don't know what you look like. That in itself is crazy to me.
Yeah, they don't know what you look like. But for the most part, people, they feel like they can come up with what you look like. Like,
right, and
they're like, okay, well, you look pretty. I feel like, but you know, this is a very important piece right here.
Yes.
You don't know when I take this mask off. You don't know if my nose is going.
No, for real.
Partially messed up. Whatever. You don't know if I have no teeth.
Oh, right.
Like, this is I feel like this area makes your face. I'm very upset we have to wear masks.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is a very important part of my face.
It
covers
is.
My dimples, everything.
Your smile,
very
everything. Exactly. So,
but, yeah.
Yeah, so that is a little weird and awkward now, but it's just funny because they still try to talk to me.
Ain't nothing stopping them.
There's nothing that's stopping them. And it's just funny to me because I feel like, yeah, they see my eyes and they're like, oh, you have really pretty eyes. But like Sissy said, this is very important. What if that's the only pretty thing on my face? Like, if it's my eyes or whatever the case may be. Or, you know, obviously we don't have to cover up our body. So they see my body and they're like, oh, okay. She a little thick, whatever you want to say. So they're like, oh, okay, what's up? And it's just so funny to me because I'm like, okay, shooting your shot at me, you know, is like a win-win situation, you know. And I say that in the most humblest way possible, okay? I'm saying, though, when I take my mask off,
I'm cracking up.
Yeah, I have all my teeth.
So you're lucky.
You know, yeah. it's a cute little situation going on right here if you can't
I'm
tell.
cracking up.
But no, for real. So what happens when you shoot your shot at a chick and you going off of her pretty eyes or her thick body, and you know y'all link up for the first time and she ain't got no fronts, or you know,
Sorry.
yeah, like what happens then? Or when it just don't look right? Because I've visualized somebody's face thinking like, okay, this is what they look like.
No.
And they take their mask off, look completely different.
It's
And it's
always
not
wrong,
to say
yeah.
that, you know, they all look bad. It's just not what you thought. You know,
Not what you expected.
it's not what you expected. Some people look better than what you expected. Some
Right,
people
that's
look trash. So
That's the
like,
risk you take,
that
baby.
is definitely the risk you take.
the
Me
risk you
personally, what you look like? Let me see.
Hold it down for a second.
Let me see what
Smile.
you're looking at. Yeah, smile. Okay. Open wide. Say ah. But no, for real. What you say?
So let me see if you got your back.
No, for real. Okay. You got the molars pulled. What's going on? Let's see. No, but seriously, nowadays, just connecting with people it's a little struggle. It's definitely a little. It's a struggle. But I want to connect more, like with
In person.
and really get to know a person. Like I really like getting to know people outside of social media, because I feel like, first of all, I feel like people are so intimidated with my social media in general, because you know I have a lot of followers, and I feel like when you meet somebody off of social media, it's weird because it's like, bro, you knew I had all these followers, you know,
Right.
so it's kind of weird. But then when I meet somebody, we're so used to social media, sometimes they be like, oh, you got social media? And it's like, I don't want you to be on my social media. Can I get to know you personally?
Right, before you see the
Before
social.
we start doing the socials and things like that, can we get to know one another? You know what I mean?
And now I'm not against meeting on social media.
Right.
That's how I met my fiance, and of course it was a vibe. Luckily, it was a vibe in person. So I'm like very thankful for the socials as well. But it's just like, I could understand the wanting to meet somebody in person, because I mean it could have went left, but it didn't.
Right.
We met in person and it was an instant vibe, and I was like, oh, all right. And the thing about it was he gave more in person.
Right.
He's a whole vibe and a whole mood, but like on the socials he's very like laid back,
And
so you
chill.
wouldn't know. So that's another thing. Like
Right.
it could be hurtful towards what you're trying to do too.
Right.
Because if you're not that poppin' person,
Right.
or you can't really portray, you don't know how to, you know, portray your personality. Maybe you don't want to be on social media like that.
Right.
Then it's like somebody can think
Right.
like, oh, he weird, like, or he not, you know what I mean? And
Are you-
making these assumptions? You don't know these people.
Oh, right.
Because they might be a whole vibe, and you missing out on your whole husband, whole
Right.
wife, because of what you think for you to know this person.
And that's so true. And, you know, a lot of people aren't photogenic, you know, so they
too.
don't post that many pictures. So they start to turn into meme pages. And you like, who the fuck is this
Now you don't know
weirdo?
this person
And it's
is.
crazy because it could be somebody really thorough behind those
Behind the
memes,
memes,
right?
well, yeah.
I love me a good meme, by the way, but I'm just saying it could be a thorough ass person behind those memes, but we're so used to like, you know, a certain standard or doing things a certain way. It's like we count that person out behind the memes. We like, boo, because you trying to shoot your shot at me, and I don't know what you look like, and you behind these memes playing a game.
Right.
So it could go
That's
either
very
way
true. It
too.
could
So
go
I
either way.
see exactly what Sissy is saying, and I agree with her 100% that, you know, sometimes it could go the other way. Like, okay, you
Right.
meet somebody and you think they're a whole vibe online and they're corny in person, but you could also meet somebody that you thought was corny online,
Right.
and they're the whole vibe. They're the whole enchilada in person. You get me? So it could definitely go both ways. Or, you know, somebody can be a vibe online
And
and
a
a vibe
vibe
in person. Somebody can be weird online and be weird
very
in
strange in person. So it's
Super
like,
strange in
Yeah.
person. So
Like, okay.
you just never know what you're going to
You
get.
never know what you're going to
You never know what you're going to get. And I feel like also, and that's in person too. Because I feel like when you meet somebody, they're never going to be their true selves 100%.
no.
You know, that's
That's
just
what
it
you
is.
find out. You dig through the layers of people that's dating, and you find out who they really are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because people going to represent and present their best self.
Always.
And then you find out, like, okay, this is who this person really is.
Right.
Get a person mad. You'll find out who they are quick.
Right. Just listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
You'll be like,
Right. Right. When people tell me, they be like, oh, you so quiet. I'm just paying attention.
I'm paying attention. I'm listening very well.
Because soon as you lie, I'm like, nah, because you said, because one thing about Tia,
she remembers everything.
My memory good.
Memory good. My memory like Dory, I don't really remember shit. I be like, what, who? And she
I'm like, no, because you said that.
It must have skipped me because our older sister, her memory is crazy too. I don't even remember nothing. I be like, what? She be like, you don't remember that? No, what?
And it's every now and again, I'm not even gonna lie, but every now and again, sis would say, no, you don't remember this, that, and the third. I'm like, dog, I don't remember that.
If you don't remember, they must have not been given.
It's very rare, but it's on days. Rare. It's been moments where sis like, you don't remember that? And I'm like, dog, I don't remember that.
I'm cracking. Very
like,
rare.
You know what I'm talking about. And I'm like,
I might gotta bring up something, and then you be like, oh, all right. You might bring up something, and I'll be like, what are you talking about? Like, you be like, yo. But yeah.
No. But yes, connections. Let's make more connections. Let's make more genuine connections.
And even when not trying to like, it don't even have to necessarily be like you're trying to pursue someone.
Right.
Just human connections.
Human connections.
Like I was in the Uber the other day and I had a really crazy conversation and with my Uber driver. And it was like, yo. And I'm like, it just makes you feel like, okay, I'm not crazy.
Right.
You know, we just had a discussion on connections and this day and age how people don't even want to make eye contact. They don't even want to talk to you. They put their headphones in, kind of block it out. And it's just like not good.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to talk to everybody. You understand that. But you do need to know how to conduct a conversation in person.
Yeah.
Like, you need those social skills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just was like, yeah. So that's like the most recent human connection that I experienced. It just having a conversation.
Just having a conversation.
Just having a conversation. That shit was decent. And like, I love connecting with humans on that level. You know what I mean? That's what we're here for. I do that at work too. Like, and people are like, oh my gosh, you know, Brittany, I had such a good time here with you and blah, blah, blah. And yes, you know, it's like you're just coming in for a service, but at the end of the day, you left with whatever I gave you. And you never know what people need in that moment from you.
Right.
That little interaction, like Sissy said, hi, how you doing? How was your day? That could go a long way.
Go a long way.
You know, that could have talked them off the bridge. Whatever. Like, that could have gave them the strength to do something. Like, you just don't know. We're all powerful. You know, us being humans, having this human experience, we're all powerful. And, you know, tap into your, you know, your strengths. Yeah. And tap into that and, like, connect with other people. You know, talk to them. They're not going to bite. Well, some people won't bite you.
And most of the time, like, these people are crossing your path for a reason.
Yeah, for a reason.
You know what I mean? And sometimes we're missing the message.
Right.
You know, so definitely be open to making those connections. And I'm going to be more open to making connections as well.
For sure.
Because it's really a good thing. You just feel good. I don't know. I feel good when I meet somebody in person. I don't know. It's just like, yes.
Absolutely.
Hi.
Makes your day better, you know?
It definitely makes your day better. For sure. Yeah, and just having those conversations, you know, and it's probably going to be the last thing that I speak about. But just people trying to talk to me. And, you know, I'm 31. And, you know, there's younger men that try to talk to me. Like the other day, I posted that I got begged by a 21-year-old. Didn't know he was 21, by the way. At all. Like, he was carrying it. Like, he was. But I did not know he was 21. But, yeah. Like, younger guys, they're attracted to me. Older guys are attracted to me. But them younger guys, I can't relate to a lot of the shit, you know, that they talk about. And they can't hold conversation sometimes. Like, their conversation is very, like, surface level.
You have to be a very unique young individual. Yes. And some of them are.
Yes.
They're ahead of their time.
Some of them are. Yeah. Some of them are. But some of them, it's crazy. Like, and it's crazy because I be knowing, like, okay, for instance, this one guy and I was texting and, you know, he was talking about how he doesn't have any children. And I was like, oh, okay, you're a unicorn. But before I texted, I literally asked you, I said, you think I should say this? And you was like, why you think that? I'm like, I just feel like he's going to feel away.
Oh my God.
And literally, when I said that, he was like, unicorn, question mark, question mark. And he didn't like understand that I was just saying, like, okay, like,
you're unique,
you're
rare.
rare.
You're rare.
I'm like you're a mythical creature at this point. You don't have any children. But once I said, like, you're rare, you know what I mean? He was like, oh, yeah, I can say the same thing about you. Like, so,
right.
But initially, he did not get it.
That's why I don't like, if I was texting.
Yes.
That's what I like about texting, because you can say something that can be taken totally out of context. Like,
yes,
you don't know how this person's saying it. You're reading it a certain way. That's why phone conversations are better, or human interactions.
Yes.
You know, but some people don't. Like to talk on
Some people are different. Yeah, I like to talk on the phone. I would prefer to see you in person.
Right.
I don't like the text. I'm like the worst texter. Like, I swear, I don't like texting for real.
She be like, oh, this person texted me back. Text me like yesterday. Yeah. So yeah.
So I'm not that great at texting. So yeah.
I feel like I'm an alright texter. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
I think
I don't like seeing notifications on my phone. So if it lights up, I gotta look at it. I'm like, oh my God.
No, Sissy is definitely good at texting. We talk more on the phone than we do text.
Yeah, definitely. I don't be like, and that's funny because with my family, all my friends, I talk to them on the phone.
Yeah.
I'm not about to be, unless I'm at work and something funny or something, that's when I use texting. When I can't talk to you,
right.
I'm at work, whatever, I have to, I'm trying to say something aloud, that's when I will text you, like,
right.
You know, at a last resort.
Yeah. But yes, I want you guys to drop some comments below. Tell us, answer the question, when was the last time that you had or made a genuine connection in person that was not on social media?
Right.
When was the last time?
The last time you said something to somebody.
Said something kind.
You know, something kind, or
hello, how is your day going?
Right.
You look nice today.
Right.
You know, because you could just be giving somebody a simple compliment.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love them shoes you got on. Them sneakers is fire. You know what I mean? Just little things like that.
Good.
Yes, you smell good.
You know?
You know, those are just literally genuine connections. Like, you know.
People be surprised, like, oh my gosh. They
yes.
Like, yeah, that's still a thing.
It is a thing.
Make it a thing.
Yes, and people like it. You'd be so surprised. Like, they be like, what, me? Like,
oh my God.
Yes. But yes, like I said, I'm definitely looking to make some more genuine connections, not on social media, and on social media, you know what I mean? Because connections are connections, but I definitely want to start, you know, making more in-person connections, you know. For sure.
Absolutely.
All right. So, as always, go ahead. Oh, send us some emails in.
That's to bigmamaenergy@gmail.com.
Okay. And send us some topics, whatever you want us to talk about, you know. Be engaged. We want y'all to engage more. Mama Tribe, Big Mama Tribe, come on, vibe with us. Let's go.
Bite. Come on now.
Yes, definitely send us some emails in. And, yeah. As always, make sure you like,
share,
comment,
and subscribe.
All right now.
Bye.
Bye.